Welcome into the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm your host, Namath Pitts, and we are rolling on 2 weeks from Christmas. The countdown starts. We are 14 days away, and right after Christmas, we see a lot of Christmas basketball tournaments, county wrestling tournaments, a lot of big events right here in East Alabama coming up over the next 2 weeks. 1 week is my dad's birthday, so a lot of things to celebrate, but it was a bit of a celebration this past weekend for a couple teams that won some big games out at Oxford in the big basketball tournament, won some big games at Cleburne County in a big basketball game, and it was a celebration at Weaver for others at the Gene Taylor Memorial Wrestling Tournament. We have got all the results from this weekend. We're going to talk our top 10 moments from the high school football season in 2023. But before we get any further, if you have not liked and followed our East Alabama Now page, I encourage you to do that right now. So go follow and like our East Alabama Now page so that you don't miss the Locker Room. We're here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. We also are broadcasting live sports events. You've seen wrestling. We've started broadcasting wrestling. It's one of the things that we've added so far over the past couple weeks, and it has been a success. I can say 2 weeks ago we did a Thursday night quad, a Saturday tournament, and it surpassed 8.1 thousand views. This past weekend has surpassed over 3,000 views. So our numbers and support from you fans has been truly one of a kind. And so we just want to thank you guys for all of that. Now, this past weekend was the Gene Taylor Memorial Wrestling Tournament. We broadcasted that tournament, and I have all the results for you guys. The winner of the Gene Taylor Memorial Wrestling Tournament was the Alexandria Valley Cubs. They won with 183 points. Weaver got second with 153 points. Piedmont came in third place with 116. Fourth place was Corner. Fifth place was Walter Welborn. Cleburne County got sixth. Asheville seventh. St. John Paul II was eighth. Ramburn was ninth. Alabama School for the Blind was 10th. Prattville Christian Academy was 11th. 12th was Lincoln. 13th was St. James. Susan Moore was 14th. White Plains 15th. Ohatchee 16th. And Dassler 17th. The placing for the 106-pound weight class, Landon Thompson of Susan Moore got fourth. Kel Fulmer of Weaver got third. Jacob Biggers of Cleburne County got second. And Miles Bailey of Piedmont got first. At 113, Jerry Lopez of Welborn got fourth place. Carter Driver of Ramburn got third place. Noah Raines of St. James got second place. And Roman Coker of Corner won the 113-pound weight class. 120 was Levi Toney of Alexandria, who got fourth. Alfredo Rodriguez of Susan Moore got third place. Christian Melendez of Piedmont got second. And the winner was Xavier Escarpizo of St. John Paul II. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. 126. Fourth place was John Ryan Cruz of Corner. Third place was Jonathan Santos of Alexandria. Second place was Ricky Weaver of Alabama School for the Blind. And first place was Dalton Fink of Weaver. 132-pound weight class, Gabriel Snyder of Weaver was fourth. Bryson Pugh of Prattville Christian Academy was third. Isaac Bailey of Piedmont was second. And Jaden Whitaker of Alexandria was first. The match of the day was Jaden Whitaker versus Isaac Bailey. 138-pound weight class, Brody Hill of Corner got fourth place. Omega Smith of Piedmont got third. Dakota Ball of Alexandria got second. And Julian Lau of St. John Paul II got first. At the 144-pound weight class, it was Bryson Millwood of Corner who got fourth place. Dylan Brown of Weaver got third place. Damian Winfrey of Alabama School for the Blind got second place. And Caden DeLine of Alexandria got first place. In the 150-pound weight class, Wesley Beebe of White Plains got fourth. Corey Owens of Alexandria got third. Tristan Page of Alexandria got second. And Caden King of Walter Welborn got first place. The 157-pound weight class, here's the championship match right here. It featured the number one wrestler in the state of Alabama, Jack Von Eschenbach of St. John Paul II. Number 2 ranked wrestler in the state, Austin Mayfield of Cleburne County. This would be the 157-pound championship. All eyes were on this match. And it would be Jack Von Eschenbach of St. John Paul II. He's in white. Austin Mayfield of Cleburne County is in red and black. It would be Jack Von Eschenbach who would win over Austin Mayfield by major decision 21-8. As Jack Von Eschenbach of St. John Paul II would win the 157-pound weight class. Austin Mayfield would get second. Nick Williamson of Asheville would get third place. And Emmett Rasmussen of St. James got fourth. Jack Von Eschenbach of St. John Paul II right there in white would be voted the most valuable wrestler of the tournament by the coaches, which I think was very much deserved. 165-pound weight class, fourth place was Caleb Tidwell of Piedmont. Third place was Curtis Daniel of Ranburne. Second place was Troy Thomas of Corner. And first place was Caden Thornton of Weaver. In the 175-pound weight class, Harrison Roberts of Cleveland County got fourth. Jacob Blanchard of Corner got third. Tyler Ebner of Asheville got second. And Zach Buchanan of Ranburne got first place. In the 190-pound weight class, Brady Thrash of Asheville got fourth place. Ross Mills of Deschler got third place. Christopher Weaver of Alabama School for the Blind got second. And Rhett Walters of Lincoln got first place. 215-pound weight class, it was a match between two teammates for fourth and third place. Ethan Carroll of Welborn got fourth place. Zachary Presley of Welborn got third. Then it was a battle of Weaver for first and second. How about this? Two Weaver teammates wrestled for first and second. Two Welborn teammates wrestled for third and fourth. But it was Zachary Hooks of Weaver who got second, and Brandon Jolliffe of Weaver got first. And then 285, Dalton Chandler of Piedmont got fourth. Tristan Cocker of Ohatchee was third. Andrew Salter of Walter Welborn was second. And Aiden Cockrell of Prattville Christian Academy got first place with a win over Andrew Salter. So Aiden Cockrell of Prattville Christian Academy gets first place. Those are all of your results from each weight class this past weekend at the Gene Taylor Memorial Wrestling Tournament. And it would be Coach Frank Hardzog and the Alexandria Valley Cubs who would win the tournament. And just a great performance. Just 1 week ago, they came up short to Weaver. Weaver edged them out for first place. But this week, it was the Valley Cubs who switched roles. They took first place. Weaver got second. Alexandria is going to host their own tournament this weekend, which is the Otis Weatherly Tournament in honor of Otis Weatherly. And then Weaver will be on the road at Ranburne in boy action. And the girls will be going all the way down south to Enterprise. And we'll wrestle in Enterprise. And so those are some of the big tournaments taking place this weekend or this upcoming weekend. But this past weekend, it was Alexandria winning the Gene Taylor Memorial Wrestling Tournament. And again, we want to thank you for watching our live stream. We want to thank you for the constant support that you guys give us each and every day here at East Alabama, because the locker room, our wrestling broadcast, interviews, anything like that is not possible without all of you. Speaking of highlights, though, and interviews and different things, you just saw highlights, and those highlights are presented by Lindsay Barger of Really Real Real Estate. Now, I want to tell you guys a little bit more about Lindsay Barger of Really Real Real Estate, because she is literally one of the top real estate agents that you could get here in East Alabama. And if you love where you live, that's a great thing, but sometimes, it's time for a new season. It's time for a new chapter, which means that you get ready to buy or sell. You know how it is. Well, with Lindsay Barger, we can help you do that. So whether you want to just sell, like I said, whether you want to buy land to build a dream home, whether you just want to buy your personal home, whether you want to sell a rental home, buy a home to flip and resell, whatever it is, Lindsay Barger is your friend through it all, and she would love to guide you in the process. So if you're ready to buy or sell, call her today at 256-441-2389. And do not forget to like and follow Lindsay Barger on Facebook and Instagram at lindsaybarger.realtor. So thank you to Lindsay Barger for partnering with us each and every day, bringing us our highlights on the locker room. Hey, we've got more highlights, but don't go away. When we come back, we're going to talk basketball action from the Larry and Connie Davidson Classic this weekend and the Bobby Swafford Showcase. Don't go away. You're watching The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
Welcome to Room by Room Home Furnishings, a locally owned and operated furniture store located in Oxford, Alabama, We've been serving Northeast Alabama and the surrounding area since 2007. We offer stylish and affordable new arrivals and all the top trends to help you get a cozy and homey atmosphere with hand-picked home furnishings and decor to fit anybody's style and budget with knowledge, personality, and good vibes. Let Room by Room in Oxford, Alabama help you score amazing deals and turn your house into a home.
Ted's Floors & Beyond brings you the locker room each and every day. Ted's Floors & Beyond has all your flooring needs, whether it's hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, luxury vinyl. They have it for you right there at Ted's. You can go by their showroom there in Anniston and you can pick out what you like, want, and need, and they can do that there at Ted's. Also, they've got their partnership with Welburn Cabinet and will offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers. They can get it done there at Ted's Floors & Beyond, and now they offer you work on your outdoor space, whether it's an outdoor kitchen, patio, or living space. They have specially made outdoor tiles and stones that can enhance your outdoor experience. Go by and see them today at their showroom in Anniston on Highway 431, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online at shopteds.com. That is shopteds.com. Ted's Floors & Beyond brings you the locker room. Speaking of the locker room, we continue on this Monday afternoon. A little chilly outside. I could go for some chili right now. It might be what I slice up for dinner tonight. I don't know, but either way, I know we've got results from the Larry and Connie Davidson Classic from this weekend, and we've got results from the Bobby Swafford Showcase. And so I'm going to go over all the scores from the Larry and Connie Davidson Classic. I'm going to go over scores of the Bobby Swafford Showcase. Then we're going to show you highlights of the Oxford boys basketball team, and we're going to go in more depth about their results this weekend and how they fared. So the scores from Friday night out at the Larry and Connie Davidson Classic: Matty T. Blunt defeated White Plains Coach Chris Randall's team 84-46 as they lose back-to-back games for the first time this season. And then Central Phoenix City came in and beat Oxford boys 67-48. And then Dothan defeated Gadsden City 58-56. On Saturday, it was Huffman beating Spain Park 46-45. Woodward Academy girls beat Hoover girls 75-69. Shades Valley beat Dothan 50-34. Woodward Academy boys beat Pinson Valley boys 55-51. Central Phoenix City beat Ramsey 62-53. Fairfield beat Auburn 59-43. Mountain Brook beat Blunt 98-53. And then Columbia, Georgia beat Oxford 56-40. At the Bobby Swafford Showcase results, it was Bremen, Georgia boys beating Donahoe's boys 76-35. Bremen, Georgia boys beat Cleveland County girls. Not boys. Bremen, Georgia girls beat Cleveland County girls 41-33. Temple, Georgia girls beat White Plains girls 61-21. Temple, Georgia boys beat Cleveland County boys 69-47. And Southside Gadsden girls beat Oxford girls 56-46 as Justin Bowen's team wins. Now, we've got Lindsey Barger highlights of the Oxford Yellow Jackets boys basketball team against Central Phoenix City. These highlights come from the Oxford High School Jacket Media team out at Oxford High School. Oxford versus Central Phoenix City. Joel Van Meter's young Oxford boys basketball squad is continuing to have to learn the value of consistency. On Friday night, the Central Phoenix City Red Devils showcased their outstanding athletic talent by defeating the Yellow Jackets 67-48 in the second annual Larry and Connie Davidson Classic. It is his 14th season at Oxford for Van Meter, and he is continuing to preach the value of setting a standard and accountability. Oxford did struggle offensively in the first half, as you can see in the highlights, totaling just 16 points. They often looked a little hesitant and indecisive. Central Phoenix City improved to 10-1 and continued its outstanding play on the season, sharing the ball and pushing it up the court. Their half-court offense executed a number of lob passes, which Jacoby Hill and Bryce Dawson slammed down after getting behind the defense. It was junior Bryce Dawson who led Central Phoenix City with 24 points, including 4 three-pointers. But despite their struggles in the first half, the Yellow Jackets showed improvement in the second half, emphasizing the value of what Van Meter stresses. They were led by Jalen Alexander, who had 16 points in the second half and 24 total, and freshman Marcus Perry, who had 12 points, which were all in the second half. Oxford doubled its points total 32 and played much more aggressively. Then on Saturday, again, the Larry and Connie Davidson Classic continued. Many sensational coaches and athletes were there showcasing their talents. And in the final game on Saturday, it was Columbia, Georgia head coach Dr. Phil McCrary, who is the all-time winningest coach in DeKalb County, Georgia, with 703 wins, who added one more to his resume in a 56-40 win over Oxford. Despite being without starters TJ Allen and Jaden Lewis, the Yellow Jackets closed to within 35-30 halfway through the third quarter, but the combination of Jamarcus Hatcher, 22 points, and Trevian Callaway, 5 assists in the second half was too much for Oxford to overcome. Jalen Alexander led Oxford with 15 points and continues to show poise and maturity. Chase Pruitt impressed both his teammates and Van Meter with his best effort of the season, scoring 12 points, diving for loose balls, and setting a great example with his hustle. So it was a tough weekend for the Oxford Yellow Jackets as they played at home, hosting the Larry and Connie Davidson Classic. And again, the Bobby Swafford Showcase was just a little up the road up on I-20, right off on the Heflin exit, as Cleburne County played host to several teams from Georgia, including Bremen, Temple. Then they hosted Southside girls, Oxford girls, and again, Bremen, Georgia boys defeated Donahoe 76-35. Bremen, Georgia girls defeated Cleburne County 41-33. Temple, Georgia boys beat Cleburne County boys 69-47. Temple, Georgia girls defeated White Plains girls 61-21. And then Southside girls beat Oxford 56-46. So those are the results from the Bobby Swafford Showcase. Those are the results from the Larry and Connie Davidson Classic this weekend. And again, we continue our basketball action this week with games tonight and games tomorrow. We continue the locker room, though, in just a minute. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we are going to talk Namath's 2023 high school football season recap, top 10 moments. There's 10 of them. I'm going to share when we get back. You're watching The Locker Room, presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
We continue rolling on the locker room on this Monday afternoon, and I got to tell you guys, it has just been an absolute ball today. I'm having fun, and now we're going to talk my top 10 moments from the 2023 high school football season in East Alabama. That is Calhoun and Cleburne County. The AHSA realignment is 1 week from today on December 18th. my Pop's birthday. Happy early birthday, Pops. They're going to release the new region alignments for the 2024 and 2025 high school football season. But there was 10 moments this season for me that I could not forget when trying to come up with the top 10 moments. These are in no specific order. So again, these are no specific order. These are just my top 10 moments. And starting with the first one that comes to mind, the head coach of the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, Clint Smith, won his 150th game as a head football coach. It was 1999 when Clint Smith became the head coach at Trinity in Oxford. A couple seasons at Trinity, state championship appearance, and more led him to the Sacs Wildcats in 2005. He spent 7 seasons at Sacs, making the playoffs 4 of those 7 seasons. And then in 2012, a decision came, and Clint Smith accepted the head coaching job at Jacksonville High School. It was September 17, 2021. Clint Smith became the winningest coach in Jacksonville school history. Let's fast forward to 2023 in September, just a couple days later from that September 17th. We go to September 22nd, 2023, as Jim Ogles completes 20 of 28 passes for 245 yards, 4 touchdowns, as Jacksonville beats Talladega to give Coach Clint Smith his 150th win as a head football coach. So one of the first moments this season that can't be forgotten for me was Coach Clint Smith winning 150 games as a head coach. But we just mentioned another name. Another top 10 moment for me. The second one coming in was the quarterback for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, Jim Ogles. Jim Ogles was a freshman when he connected with Amarian Peanut Adams. And it wasn't even exactly a passing situation then, but that was 99 touchdown passes before the senior and Troy commit hooked up with DeMonte Sinclair on a 68-yard touchdown pass that would reach that number 100 passing touchdowns for Jim Ogles. It was when Jacksonville routed Bayside Academy 35-7 in the first round of the playoffs. Ogles would then go on to complete 13 of 18 passes for 166 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Golden Eagles earned a second-round shot at Bibb County. Sinclair covered nearly 50 yards on that number 100 pass touchdown thrown as Ogles scrambled to the right, found Sinclair, who started up the field, cut in, broke a tackle, and sprinted to the end zone, crossing the line in the first quarter for the game's first points. Jim Ogles has been the Jacksonville starter through its current Class 4A South existence. So Jacksonville coach Clint Smith, Jacksonville quarterback Jim Ogles. Number 3, the third top moment from the 2023 football season, is a 3-in-1. And we go to the Hill, where head coach Jeff Smith won his 100th game at Welborn. Head coach Jeff Smith wins his first region title outright at Welborn, and Welborn wins their 400th game in program history. October 20th, Jeff Smith was in the locker room. He embraced his players after accomplishing one of 3 historical milestones. Jeff Smith tried to hug every player, share words of encouragement with them as he left the locker room. Every player, every coach, every volunteer, even reporters left the locker room with a hug from a man who had just earned his 100th win as the head coach at Walter Welborn. Even as a man with 100 wins to his name, Welborn's 40-27 win over Weaver not only gave Jeff Smith 100 wins at Welborn, but he gave his team a chance to go into Sacs the next week and lock up his first region title outright at Welborn. 1 week later, he would do just that. But let's rewind back to September 22nd, when Walter Welborn went on the road to Dadeville, who was the defending region champions. And Welborn won that game, which marked its 400th game in program history that they had won. But it also avenged a loss from the season before. Jabari Williams rushed for 192 yards of Welborn's 327 yards, and the Panthers won their 400th game in program history. Clint Smith, Jim Ogles, Jeff Smith, and Welborn. The fourth one takes us out to the Creek Bank, where the Ohatchee Indians, this is one of my fourth top 10 moments of the year, Ohatchee named their football stadium after Reagan Clark. The Ohatchee High School honored former head coach Reagan Clark. The school named its football stadium for Clark before its football game with Class 3A Region 6 opponent Geraldine. Any Ohatchee game from this season forward is going to be known as being played at Royce Owens Field at Reagan Clark Stadium. A group of former players came. They recognized Clark. They approached the Calhoun County School Board. The board members agreed to name the stadium for Clark, and it is much deserved. Clark coached at Ohatchee for 14 seasons. His teams won 94 games that time. Both accomplishments were school records. Clark came to Ohatchee back in 1968, one season with Randolph County. In 3 seasons before Clark arrived, Ohatchee had won a combined 4 games. Over 2 rebuilding seasons, the Indians were 6-12. Then Ohatchee was 11-2 in 1970 and finished as Class 1A state runner-up. Coach Clark was named Calhoun County Coach of the Year. His final 6 teams at Ohatchee went 53-12 with 2 ties. His last 2 teams, which was 1974 and 1975, were a combined 20-3. Clark would leave Ohatchee to enter the real estate business. He coached for brief periods at Piedmont, Asheville, but never stayed long until he followed his heart right back to Ohatchee in 1991. The Indians missed the playoffs in 1991, but they made 5 consecutive playoff appearances with Clark thereafter. His final 6 teams at Ohatchee were 35-31. Clark coached in the AHSA All-Star Basketball Game in 1966 and in the AHSA All-Star Football Game in 1971. He was then inducted into the Calhoun County Sports Hall of Fame back in 2018, and then he died back in 2020, about 2 months before his 80th birthday. If you go to Ohatchee, you will see a bronze bust of Clark and a bronze bust of Owens outside the stadium. Coach Reagan Clark Stadium at Ohatchee named after him. That was the 4th top 10 moment of the year. Number 5, the Anniston Bulldogs win their 600th game in program history. It was Jaden Lewis who was fresh off decommitting from Auburn when he accounted for 3 touchdowns as Anniston rolled over Talladega to win their 600th game in program history. Jaden Lewis's touchdowns include a 73-yard punt return, a 68-yard speed sweep pass, and a 42-yard direct snap run. Quarterback Damon Pope was 5 for 5 with 178 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a 43-yard pass to T.K. Downey and a 25-yard strike to Jaden Dobbins. Kamar Holder led Anniston's defense that night with 15 tackles, including 4 for a loss. The reason I say all that is because those were just a few players of the many that accounted for the 600 wins in Anniston football history. It was 23 head coaches, 2 state championships, 13 region championships, 104 seasons as a program with 76 winning seasons. And the Anniston Bulldogs won their 600th game of the season over the Talladega Tigers. The number 6 top 10 moment of the 2023 football season was the Pleasant Valley Raiders making the playoffs for the first time since 2010. Pleasant Valley had never started a season 4-0 and had not been to the state playoffs since 2010. But one of those changed while the other became reality when they beat Cleveland Panthers to improve to 4-0 on the season. The Raiders controlled the pace for most of the first half. They had drive-saving plays from Holt Bentley and Cooper Duggle that got them into the red zone when quarterback Braxton Salster punched in all 3 of the team's scores. Salster finished the game 5 for 6 passing for 155 yards. The Raiders won the necessary games the rest of the way, and they clinched their spot in the playoffs for the first time in 13 seasons. That is moment number 5. Moment number 6, we go back out to Jacksonville, where they make the state quarterfinals for only the 2nd time in school history. Jim Ogles, that quarterback that threw 100 touchdown passes, he was only an 8th grader when Jacksonville's football program made history, which was advancing past the 2nd round of the playoffs for the first time. Now he's a senior. He's a 4-year starter as the Golden Eagles quarterback, and he added more history to his legacy by helping them clear that 2nd round for a 2nd time. They beat Bibb County 28-21 to advance to the quarterfinals. The last time Jacksonville had advanced past the 2nd round was back in 2019 when they played UMS Wright in the Class 4A state championship. The HSA then realigned Jacksonville from the north to the south, and Jacksonville would wound up as the last survivor of Class 4A Region 4. Jacksonville would be the last team from Calhoun County to still be playing playoff football. And they would eventually fall to Montgomery Catholic, but again, Jacksonville made it to the quarterfinals for only the second time in school history. Story number 7. This is 7, right? Yes, it is. This is 7. We've got just a couple more. No, this is 8. I apologize, guys. This is story number 8. Number 8 is the Oxford Yellow Jackets. They opened an indoor state-of-art facility. The Oxford City Schools was buzzing with excitement as they prepared to unveil their latest gem, which was the state-of-the-art Oxford High School Champions Athletic Center. This extraordinary facility covered approximately 63,000 square feet. It redefined the standard for athletic and wellness programs. The grand opening of the Oxford High School Champions Athletic Center was a day filled with festivities, pride, and a glimpse into the future of sports and wellness in the Oxford City Schools. The new facility is a testament to the commitment to excellence in athletics and student wellness. It features indoor practice areas, sports medicine facilities, locker rooms, a modern weight room, comprehensive training facilities, multi-purpose spaces, well-appointed offices, meeting areas designed to elevate the athletic and wellness experience for all students. As Oxford they also honored individuals as a part of this who had left an incredible mark on the Oxford community. They honored Bill Burgess, who was a beloved figure known for his unwavering support of Oxford's youth sports programs. They honored Robert Herring, who is a dedicated community leader who has tirelessly worked to advance the quality of life in Oxford. They honored Dr. James H. Ladd, who is a prominent figure in the local medical community, known for his commitment to the well-being of athletes. And the last one was Jack Grizzard, who is a respected coach whose passion for sports and mentorship has inspired generations and generations. The 9th top 10 moment of the 2023 football season for me was head coach Steve Smith returning to the field of champions not once, but twice. That moment finally came when Steve Smith would coach Westbrook Christian at Piedmont, where he had won 5 state titles in a 17-year run that ended after the 2022 season. Steve Smith announced last December, just 1 year ago, that he would take the Westbrook Christian job. And then he finished out the school year in another role as Piedmont's athletic director. The Steve Smith family still lives in Piedmont, and he commutes about 35 minutes each day to work. His wife, Rachel, remains at Piedmont as the softball coach, and their youngest child, Savannah, is a senior at Piedmont and is currently signed to play softball at Jacksonville State University. Steve Smith would return to the field of champions, where he would lead Westbrook Christian into Piedmont and fall short. Then Steve would return back to the field of champions 1 week later, this time as dad, as his daughter Savannah would be crowned the homecoming queen, as Steve Smith moved his football game from Friday night to Thursday night so that he could escort her daughter. Steve Smith has built a great staff at Westbrook Christian that includes James Blanchard, who was his defense coordinator for all 17 seasons at Piedmont, and former Donahoe head coach Mark Sanders. A lot of great moments. I've told you a lot of the top great moments right now, 9 of them. Clint Smith getting his 150th win as a head coach. Jim Uggles throwing his 100th touchdown pass. Jeff Smith winning 100 games all time, winning 100 games at Wellborn, winning his first region title at Wellborn, getting 400 wins. Ohatchee naming their stadium after Reagan Clark. Anniston winning 600 games. Pleasant Valley making the playoffs for the first time since 2010. Jacksonville making the quarterfinals for only the second time in school history. Oxford opening an indoor state-of-art facility. Steve Smith returning to the field of champions twice. In the final one, the Jacksonville Christian Thunder going undefeated in the regular season. It was a big night. It was a Thursday night. It was a big night. The Jacksonville Christian Thunder hosted Cornerstone. And that is when the Jacksonville Christian Thunder finished the season 8-0 and would get to play host to a playoff opponent. Noah Lee completed 7 of 10 passes for 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. 1 to Jesse Ganaway and another to Caleb Stallings. Lee also rushed for a touchdown. Travis Barnhill would carry the ball 14 times for 133 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 11 tackles. Ganaway caught 5 passes for 89 yards. And Stallings' long catch went 73 yards for a score. And it would be a big, big night for the Jacksonville Christian Thunder as they would win and go undefeated in the regular season with 8 wins and 0 losses. That is my top 10 moments from the 2023 football season in no particular order. And I got to tell you guys, that took a lot out of me. I'm going to go stir that chili up I was talking about earlier. It's a little cold outside. I hope you have a great Monday evening. I will be back here tomorrow. Well, we will be talking wrestling. We will sit down with head coach Todd Manning of the White Plains Wildcats. We will hear from two very good White Plains wrestlers, like state champion, state runner-up caliber wrestlers, and a whole lot more. I hope you'll join me tomorrow on The Locker Room. Join me in about an hour from now on EAN Local News. I'll bring you our local sports. Other than that, thank you for watching The Locker Room presented by Tets Floors and Beyond.